Choosing a brand name is going to be one of the most difficult decisions that you're going to make for your business. In this video, we're going to talk about what makes a great brand name. We'll give you a few examples, and then we'll talk about how you can go about coming up with a brand name for your company. First, what makes a memorable brand name? Well, it's part art and part science. It tells your audience what your company is all about, while also expressing your unique creativity. Here are a few things that your brand name should be. First, it should be descriptive. People should see the brand name and immediately get an idea of what your company is all about. A great example of this is the bathroom spray, Poo-Pourri. Secondly, you want your brand name to be short and memorable. If it's longer, that's okay, but you do want to be able to abbreviate it in some way. A good example of this is the United States Postal Service, which we more commonly call USPS. And finally, you want your brand name to be easy to say and spell. This is going to be very important for word-of-mouth marketing, and it's also going to make it easier for people to find you online. Nobody is going to fudge brand names like Target or Amazon. They're easy to say. There are all sorts of examples of really effective brand names. One example is Greyhound buses. Now, the Greyhound is actually the oldest purebred dog, and they're also remarkably fast. Apply this to a bus and it exudes a sense of familiarity and trust, not to mention speed and ease of transportation. Dove is another great example. When you think of that specific bird, you might also think of peace and purity and love. This makes perfect sense for Dove, which is all about helping its customers, especially women, learn to love their bodies and treat them with only the very best ingredients and products. Now, on the other hand, we have names like the Toyota Previa. If that sounds familiar, it's because there's something called placenta previa, which can cause major complications during pregnancy. So, how can you go about choosing a stellar brand name for your company? One of the simplest ways to do this is come up with a list of requirements and criteria that you're going to compare all of your options against. Think about questions like, how do you want people to feel when they see your brand name? What do you want them to think about? How will that name work alongside services and products that you already offer? And finally, you want to come up with a scoring system, maybe a scale of 1 to 5 or 1 to 10. Come up with a list of your top 5 to 10 brand names, score them, and use that information to start narrowing down your options. While coming up with a brand name for your company can be incredibly stressful and overwhelming, also bear in mind that when you see the right name, you're gonna know it. That's all we've got for you today. We hope you found this video helpful, and if you did, we'd be really grateful if you could give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. If you have any questions or comments, just drop them below, and we'll see you next time.